A lot of people that do fighting promotions fail. You succeeded against long odds. What's the secret to your success? If you would, just looking back over the years.
Well, the secret to success, I would say, first of all, is passion and consistency. You have to love what you do. You have to get up every day. And I
Passion and consistency. That's the secret to success, according to Dana White. Is that true? How healthy is that, first of all? Right now, it's crazy out there. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I actually own my own business myself. I've been doing Manny's fitness program since 2009, around 15 years. And man, I started from scratch. I wasn't even planning of opening a business. That wasn't my intention. When I got out of the military, I was working a 9 to 5. I was a case manager for youth in probation, like at-risk youth type of deal. I was a mentor, counselor, and all that. And then from there, like little by little, since I had a background of a fitness trainer in the military, then my cousins actually asked me if I can get them in shape and do it in a group-oriented way. So we went out and I told them, meet me at this park, and it started from there. From there, I was like, wow, like a lot of people are loving this. Little by little, I grew and grew and grew. And now we own a 2,000 square foot training facility, gym, and boot camp. We do personal training. We do online coaching and open gym. And I'm training myself, close to 100 members in boot camp. I do some personal training, and I also do online coaching. But is it consistency and passion? Here's the thing with all this. I've heard a lot of these guys, a lot of their interviews, knowing what would they say the secrets to success was. And a lot of them do say that, but they don't mention about time and place. Time and place. You can have passion and consistency as much as you want, but if the planets don't align, if the stars don't align, if things don't align, you will never be as successful as you want to be. Maybe you should just lower your standards and be successful enough to just pay for having a roof over your head, food on the table, and clothing on your back. If you have that as a successful meter, that's awesome. Yeah, that's very possible, even if the planets don't align. So let's see what else he says.
I get here every day at 9:30 in the morning. When we sold in 2016, a lot of people in the company made a lot of money, and they all took off and they retired.
Yeah.
Right? Other than the Fertitas, I made the most money. I'm still here. I get here at 9:30 every morning. Last night I left here at 8:30.
Yeah.
And I don't know how late I'm going to be here tonight, but
Yeah.
I love what I do. We get up every day and grind. I work just as hard now as I did back then. The difference between back then and now is I don't have to do a bunch of the shit that I don't really like to do, like budget meetings. I don't like budget meetings. I sat through enough fucking budget meetings, horrible budget meetings, horrible.
Yeah.
We're losing, millions of dollars a year, and I'm in these budget meetings. So I get to pick and choose what I do these days. Back in the early days, you don't get to pick and choose. You have to be involved in everything.
Yeah. So costs, you're just looking at costs.
100%. You literally go through line by line, every fucking.
Yeah, there's some things that you own your own business, but sometimes you can't get away from doing something you actually don't really like to do. As for me, I have a couple of things that I don't like to do when it comes down to like paperwork and stuff like that, business related policies or anything like that. But when it comes down to training and motivating and encouraging and transforming people, we specialize in weight loss, muscle building, and overall better health and performance. So when you see that happening, that's what I love to do. I love the whole motivation thing. In my program, being motivated, having a great time, being excited during your workout is what I love. And I love seeing others get into it and go all out and it's not just a gym workout. It's not like, oh, I gotta go work out, let me get it done and I'm going home. No, you come in and once you leave, you feel good and you feel accomplished. So one thing about these guys is that they're not gonna tell you the truth all the time. There is an agenda. A lot of times they have an agenda, and their agenda might be to try to make as much money as possible. There's like a competition out there right now, because we now have billionaires, we have millionaires, so on and so on. So, and more are being formed, more are accomplishing that level of finance, is billions, you know. So if you want to make it to the top, you got to be a billionaire now. It's not just millionaire. Millionaires are now are frowned upon by others, because they compare them with the billionaires. I'll be like, Dana White, he's a millionaire, but he's not successful because he's not a billionaire. So a lot of times he's gonna say something that I kind of caught in. I assume that, I hope it's not, because he does have a family. If we go over here to the webs, Dana White, when you search him up, he is 55 years old, and he is married. He's been married since 96, so that puts him at around 28 years. Yeah, 28 years. He's been married for 28 years. And he has, let me see, 1, 2, 3 children. What else? That's kind of about it. And you probably already know he owns the UFC, right? He's president and CEO of UFC. He already makes a lot of money, but we're gonna see exactly what else he says, because we learn from this. A lot of times, my intention here is to not get somebody overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed and thinking that if you do what these people say, you will get to that position. But a lot of times, like I said, they were actually at the right place at the right time. Yes, they put in a lot of effort. Yeah, they had compassion. They had consistency. They were productive. They put in a lot of hours. But then on top of that, the stars aligned. They were at the right place at the right time, and it happened. So it's actually more rare than what you understand. It's very rare to make that much money off of something like this. So what else? If you look him up, UFC boss Dana White says he is done with this Gustin something. He's always been a counselor to the president-elect Donald Trump. Yeah, so he's 55, okay, with 3 children, married for 28 years.
Number in the company, and where did the money go, and how can we save costs? How can we do this better? How can we, they are brutal, and they're multiple times a week, and
Probably helps to deeply appreciate how much the shit costs, though.
100%. Well, you have to know that.
Yeah.
In the early days, when you start your business, you have these people who, when I hear them say, you know what, I want to work for myself. I want to create my own schedule, and I want to do all the.
Yeah.
If that's your thought process going into it, you're never going to be successful.
There you go. That is true right there. I was about to say that, because having your own business doesn't mean that's it. You do whatever you want. It's not 100%. It's not 100%. The little things that he doesn't have to do now are some of the things that I'm still doing now. I actually have 2 older sons, and one of them is still an instructor. He's certified instructor. The other one is back in college, but they were both instructors at one time, and they would teach some classes here, and they would also take care of those little things that you don't really need too much brain power, basically, like too much. It's too boring. Something like, let's say, cleaning the facility, fixing something, fixing a mat, fixing an equipment. The brain power comes from hard work, just some, research or something like that in order for you to be able to fix that. But little things like that. So yeah, if you're coming into something like this, if you want to start your business because you want to do whatever you want and you don't want to be doing certain things that you don't like to do, you're going to end up having to do some certain things that you don't want to do, but it's got to be done. And that's it.
You have to pay attention to every single detail of the business early on. You're involved in everything. There's no days off. There's no birthdays. There's no fucking Christmas. There's none of that shit. I literally moved the birth of my second son for a 𝐂𝐽𝐽 fight.
See, and that's awful, because tomorrow's not promised. And hey, whatever you build here in this earth, whatever you gain, is not going with you. Some of these guys will say like, oh, well, my children will have it. Okay, is that really a good plan, to give to your children everything they need instead of having them get out of their comfort zone, try to achieve something themselves without getting a head start, basically, right? A lot of times my sons, I can give them more than what I'm giving them now, but for what? Why should I pamper them? Why should I keep them comfortable? No, that's just hurting them, because like I said, you tomorrow's not promised. I might leave and I leave them off with a comfortable situation. No, comfort kills. It does. You get too comfortable physically, mentally, it'll kill you. It'll destroy you. You won't learn how to come up with solutions to problems, how to think out of the box, how to get out of your comfort zone, how to work harder than what you can handle, so on and so on. So a lot of times, even if you think that way, to where, hey, I want to make a lot of money so I can leave something to my children. Yeah, leave something, but not too much to where they get comfortable, right? You want to leave more of wisdom. Leave wisdom to them. Leave knowledge to them, instead of, here you go, here's all this money I made, you can have it, do whatever you want with it. That's my opinion.
We had a 𝐂𝐽𝐽 fight coming up, and they're like, yeah, your son's going to be born on this date. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to have to take him earlier.
Yeah.
So they literally gave my wife a C-section and took my son early.
You're all in.
All in. Yeah.
And the fascinating thing, like you said, you've said that you could care less about money. You're doing this for the love of it.
Yeah. I was doing this when I was broke.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this now when I'm not broke.
Now that is a lie. He's saying that he was doing this when he was broke, and now he's doing it because and he's not broke. But he's doing it much more now because he figured out that he can actually make a lot of money, and he's continually going for the next level. All right. So if he would have remained broke and doing what he's doing now, he wouldn't have continued. Come on, man. Come on. You cannot deceive me. All right. Let's not be deceived by evildoers. All right. So, there you have it. I'll be making part 2 on this. We left off on the 2-minute 50-second mark. I'll continue here on part 2. Hit the like button if you like these videos. Subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment, a question, or a concern down below. Let me know what you think, and we're gonna continue this. Other than that, you guys take care. Be safe. Stay motivated.